Sorry for the poor lighting. It makes me look like I'm near death, to be honest. It's not good. I do have more color to me than this typically. America. Oh my god, can you shut up? What we have going on right now on Facebook is a whole bunch of organizations, Democrat, Republican, everything else, paying, they have pages and they're paying money to get their shit in the face of everyone. Let me tell you, America and Russia, everyone's day is worse every day outside of those two countries because of you. I'm sorry to say it. I can't go on Facebook without idiots paying to get their stupid shit into my news feed every day. And the Republicans have gone off the rails with this now because they're running and hiding. And they're doing anything that they can to survive because they're going to shit, which they deserve to. I'm so sick of Russia. I'm so sick of the United States. Holy shit. We haven't even gotten to all the problems that the United States wants to cause with the Republicans. The Republicans, let's say it, the Republicans want to cause a lot of problems. They're trying. They started a trade war with every former ally they had. They do not have allies. America, you do not have allies anymore because of the Republicans. You want an ally? Go to Argentina or go to Ecuador, okay? Everyone's day outside of those two countries is made worse every day because of these psychopaths. In Russia, it's Putin and a few people beholden to him. It's the Republican Party and the United States that just cannot deal with the fact that having allies, is a good thing. Let's take a look at some of this shit. And of course, I closed my window. I had one just sitting there. Okay, well, this is for Radical Tea Towels. I think it's an advertisement for tea towels. Okay, here's one. The Blue Collar Patriots. That sounds like stupid people. They say, for the first time, Democrats care about a dead white blonde girl. Is there anyone in the United States with a fucking brain? How stupid. And we have to see it. Why is this in my news feed? Why is this in my news feed? Here's one about Trump. I don't need international law. I don't even know if it's a joke or what it is. What is the next one? Well, it's the people for Bernie Sanders. So they're now pushing their stuff into my news feed. I don't know if they're paying for it, but the Republicans are definitely paying. Now, how do I know the Republicans are paying for these pages? Because you can pay to promote your page, right? How do I know? Because when the shit hit the fan a few days ago, from that point forward, more and more and more of my feed is taken over. Who's this? Veronica White. If Donald Trump took down Hitler, the Democrats would complain. Veronica White. This is the level of intelligence in the United States. America. There's a huge part of America. Not only is it not a problem to them that they've pissed off every ally they have, they enjoy it. Because, I don't know, they're such miserable people, they just want to cause pain everywhere they go. And they think that by causing pain somewhere else, like in another country or in a minority group, that they are somehow doing better. That is your huge fucking mistake, you morons. Because you're heading towards Russia, Maybe, do people in the United States States think that Russia is a strong country? Right? The GDP per capita in Russia is about $14,000 to $17,000. Whereas in the United States, it's over $70,000. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that the blue states have a really good, for non-resource oriented. I mean, if you're like, let's look at it this way. Russia has oil. The GDP per capita should be through the roof, right? But I'm talking about people that do actual jobs that aren't related to natural resources, right? The United States is on top of the world. Absolutely on top of the world. Yet, they want to be more like Russia. And what's going to end up happening is, with all these huge tariffs, you're going to fall further and further and further behind. And China is going to become more and more and more advanced. And you are going to be an absolutely backwards economy. And you're just going to be feeling good because, hey, we got rid of the undocumented people. We treated them like shit. It makes us feel good. But it's not going to make anything better for you. As a matter of fact, if you talk to any economist, one of the things that the United States used to have over China was that China, everywhere around the world we have an aging group of people. China was not able to replace those people as easily as the United States because the United States had immigration. And now, so you're getting rid of that. So that one thing you had that could keep you ahead of China, you are trying to destroy. And I'm not just talking about undocumented migrants. We're also talking about the H-1B and all of this other stuff, right? Even though I can understand why people get upset because the H-1B, they say that takes away American jobs. Hey, I worked in high tech for American companies. You know what takes away jobs? Shipping them overseas. That's what takes away jobs. The H-1B, at least someone is doing work in the United States. And sometimes you need, there's a lot of times where you need specializations that you don't have enough of. As a matter of fact, the H-1B, if you look at it this way, if they had used the H-1B more when they needed all of the developers, because now they're saying they don't need developers like they used to, it could have prevented the United States from pushing so many people into computer science that now it's probably the worst, thanks to all these large companies, it's probably the worst thing to get into, right? But the point is this. I'm sick of watching. Can you not just like if you're paying for your page to get out there, can you just keep it in the United States? Is that not possible? I don't want to read your shit. You guys are idiots. Like every argument all over the place is so stupid, and it pisses me off. But what are you going to do? And I'm not talking about my friends, like actual friends posting something. That's your right to post something. I'm talking about these idiots, especially Republicans, it seems lately, paying, because it's a page. Behind that, you can pay for that. And pushing garbage after garbage after garbage after garbage. It's called propaganda, and nobody needs it in their feed. But anyway, congratulations. It's like going to someone's house for dinner and realizing that they are absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. It's embarrassing. And I feel bad for people that do have some level of intelligence in the United States that this is what their country looks like now. This is what we're seeing outside of your country anyway. And it was the same shit with Russia. There was so much propaganda flying out of Russia. And a lot of the stuff that you're seeing, even if it's being pushed by Republicans, it is Russian bots that are going on there and supporting it. Don't fucking kid yourself, right? But, that's why I don't even really deal with X. There's like two people I go on there to see, what they're saying sometimes. Usually it's about economics. And then it's just a bunch of idiots. One after another. Trump's the greatest president ever. How? How is that fucking possible, you idiots? My God. But most of those, like, you can tell they're Russian bots because of the names and stuff like that. But anyway, I don't have much more to say. Like, usually I have, you can do analysis on stuff. But look, there's a large part of the United States. It's called the Republican Party. They want the United States to be like Russia. And that's why, okay, that's why they are not going up against Russia, and they're waving the white flag, right? Russia has finally won the Cold War thanks to Donald Trump. It's inconceivable how it could possibly happen and how it took this long. But somehow they got to Trump, they got to the Republican parties, and they won the Cold War and sent the United States off spiraling like a rocket that's out of control and could land anywhere at this point in time. But the reason the Republicans, they want to be like Russia. Therefore, going after Russia doesn't make sense. Going after the entire Western hemisphere, North and South, makes more sense to them. Their plan is to control well over 600 million people with their own population of a bit over, 300 million people. And they're going to send the army in, they think, to control all of these places all at once. They are talking about going to war with Cuba, Mexico, Greenland, Venezuela, and who knows who else, all at the same time. Putin can't even move very much in Ukraine. So essentially you're going to have to get on the ground at some time. At some point you're going to have to get on the ground. I don't think Americans really want that. But if you want to control, a good part of 1 billion worth of people, that's what you're going to do. It's going to be very, very expensive. If you thought what you were doing in the past was expensive, just wait. And you don't have the money to pay for it because you're so far in debt, right? So it's the stupidest plan I've ever heard of. Congratulations to people that fell for it. And I don't think you'll be happy when you're like Russia and your GDP plummets. And, you've got your GDP per capita drops down to 20,000. But that's the direction that you're heading in now. Anyway, thanks for watching and shut the hell up.